Okay, here we go. This is Algebra 2, 0.2. Should be in the same packet as your 0.1 on solving simple equations. This is not ready for a full unit yet. We're kind of easing into it. So we're just going through some review stuff. So now evaluating equations is just when you're going to plug in some numbers into an equation and solve. Okay, so I'm going to want you guys to write this in. Y is equal to x divided by 2 plus 4. Okay, so example 1, we have solve for y when x is equal to 10. All right, so just going to plug this in. This is evaluating. Plug in 10 for x divided by 2 plus 4. All right, just a reminder, we know we need to follow GEMDAS, right? I'm going to write the M and the D next to each other to remind us those are kind of side by sides. Those are considered equals. So if you're presented with only multiplication and division or only addition and subtraction, solve left to right. All right. And just to remind us, the G stands for grouping symbols. So any grouping symbols, parentheses, brackets, fractions, you need to make sure you solve those first, and then we can move on to any exponents, then multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. All right, so let's go ahead and solve this problem here. So we have division, right? A fraction is a division problem. So the division comes before the addition. So we're going to do that first. 10 over 2 is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So we get 5 plus 4. Y is equal to 5 plus 4. And finally, just add them together. We get y is equal to 9. All right, pretty easy there. Next one here, we get the same number, but it's we're plugging it in for a different variable. So now we're actually solving an equation. So we are going to plug 10 in for y and write everything down. All right, so now we need to solve this by using our inverse operations or our opposite operations in reverse order, right? So we did the division first and then we added. We need to apply this in reverse order, so I need to do the inverse operation of addition, which is subtraction. So I subtract 4 on both sides, and I get 6 is equal to x over 2. And now we solve this. We isolate this variable by doing the opposite of dividing by 2. We multiply by 2. All right, so this will cancel out. We're just left with x on that side. You do it to one side, got to do it to the other side, and we get 2 times 6, which is 12. So x is equal to 12. All right, moving on. Oops. All right. Make this kind of big as I can make it. All right, so I'm going to have you guys plug in some numbers here. We're going to figure out, here, let's write the equation first. Let's do a plus, I got to make sure I'm nice and neat here, a plus 4 over 2. All right, and let's put in some numbers here. Let's do negative 3, 0, and then we're going to find some a's when we give you the b's. So we're going to give you negative 7 and 10. All right, so let's go ahead and switch up the ink here. Let's do blue. So for the first one, to figure out this column, we need to just plug in the a's. So we're going to do b. I don't know why it's so much bigger than it was before. Let's try this again. All right, so b is equal to negative 3 plus 4 over 2. All right, so we can just solve this. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1 over 2. And there we go. So b is equal to 1/2. All right, moving on. Let's see what b is equal to when a is equal to 0. So I substitute 0 in for that a. 0 plus, oops, this is a 4. 0 plus 4 over 2. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. All right. All right, now we're going to plug in -7 and 10 in for b and figure out what we get for a. All right, so let's see, -7 is equal to a plus 4 over 2. All right, the first thing you want to do is get this 2 out of the denominator. So we're going to multiply by 2, multiply by 2. We're going to cancel this out and get -14 on this side. A plus 4 is equal to -14. And so now I want to get this a by itself, so I get rid of this positive 4 by subtracting. And I get -18 is equal to a. So go over here, -18. All right, let me move this over just a touch. All right, now I'm going to try putting 10 in for b. So 10 is equal to a plus 4 over 2. We're going to do the same thing here. We're going to multiply by 2 on both sides. All right, this side cancels. 2's cancel out. I get 20 is equal to a plus 4. And just subtract the 4 again. And I get 16 is equal to a. All right. 16. All right. Moving on. Now we've got some kind of story problems-ish. We just need to write out the equations and define the variables. So let's see what we have. Example 4 says the amount of money in Mr. Bean's wallet is $50. Take away $5 for each kid that asks for lunch money. Okay, so what is the equation and define the variables? So variables is what changes. So let's see what would change, right? The amount of money would change. And it says for each kid that asks. So we don't know how many kids. So the kids must vary as well. Okay, so we're going to use the variables of amount of money. So let's just use M for money. All right, and the thing that's changing is kids, right? So let's do kids is equal to K, all right? So let's write a variable for this. So the amount of money that he has is equal to his $50 that he starts with, right? And we're going to subtract $5 for every kid. So we're going to put that as the variable K. All right, so there is our equation. And those are our variables defined. All right, so how much will Mr. Bean have if he gave money to all 9 of his kids? So let's see. I'm going to do M is equal to 50 minus 5 times if he has 9 kids. So we're going to go ahead and multiply this out. We get 5 times 9 is 45. So just drop this down. 50 minus 45 is 5. So he would have $5 remaining. All right. How many children would Mr. Bean have if he has $30 in his wallet? So that means that the money that he has is 30. So we have to figure out how many children did he give the money to. So let's see. 50 minus 5. Okay. So what we're doing is we're figuring out the K. So we're going to get rid of this 50 first because it is, it's not attached to the variable, so we want to get rid of everything else first before we mess with the variable. So we're going to subtract 50 on both sides. That side cancels out. 30 minus 50, well, we're going to get into the negatives. That's going to be negative 20 is equal to negative 5K. And I want to get this variable by itself, so I divide by the exact same coefficient, negative 5, and we get negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1k, and negative 20 divided by negative 5 is positive 4. So if only 4 of his kids ask for money, then he would still have $30. Okay? All right, we got one more example of this. The student council needs to raise $400, so they hold a talent show and sell tickets. If student tickets cost $2 and each adult ticket costs $5. All right, so it looks like the 400 in this one is like the total amount, right? So that's going to probably go on the left side of our equation, and we're going to put some variables. So let's just say we got student tickets and adult tickets. We just don't know how many of each. So let's just call our one variable S and the other A. Okay, so that I'm going to say I'm defining those variables. Students is S, adult is A. So our total that we need is 400, and we're going to sell student tickets for 2 and the adults for 5. Okay, so there's our equation. If you want to write out S is equal to students and A is equal to adults. There we go. Here, fix that. Yeah, it didn't work. All right. So how many adult tickets do you need to sell if you sell 200 student tickets? So all we have to do here, if this is student tickets, we just plug it into our equation. 2 times 200 plus 5a. Well, 2 times 200 is 400 plus 5a. So hopefully you guys are already figuring this out. If we just needed to sell or raise 400 bucks, we just did right there. So hopefully we're seeing where this is going to end up already. But we can go ahead and solve it. We subtract 400 on both sides. I'm going to write it over here. So we get 0 is equal to 5a. Solve for a. You divide by 5. You get a is equal to 0. All right, hopefully you saw that coming. We already raised the full 400. We don't need to sell any adult tickets. All right, moving on. How many student tickets do you need to sell if you sell 50 adults? So same thing here. We're going to do 400 is equal to 2s plus 5 times 50, because that's the variable that changed. So we just go ahead and solve here. We get 250, drop everything else down, 2s plus 250. I want to isolate this s, so let's get rid of this 250, subtract 250, and I get 150, 2s, and I want to isolate s, so I just divide by 2 on both sides. So if I sold 50 adult tickets, I would need to have how many? 150 divided by 2 is 6, so there would be 50 adult tickets sold and only 6 students. All right, so this is kind of a really short lesson here. That's really all I got for you today. I just want you guys to work on the back side of this page. You'll have, I kind of skipped 1 through 4, so you guys can work on problems 5 through 9. All right.